2024 was a life-changing year for me. I gave birth to a beautiful baby girl in the July of 2024 and got my PhD degree in the September of 2024. But an incident happened in the January of 2024 that could potentially mess around with the two very important projects that I was in the middle of. That is when I realized the importance of meditation and how only meditation can help me sail through these two very important and demanding projects that I was in the middle of. So let me actually give you a backstory. This is not the first time that I tried my hands on meditating, but I have been doing it for the past 4 to 5 years, but something or the other kept coming and I was never regular with it. I do understand it had amazing benefits, but something or the other kept coming and I did not give meditation a priority. So after that incident, it gave me time to reflect on things that are important and crucial in my life. And that is when I realized meditating is something that can prove to be very powerful to help me sail not only these two important projects, but further projects that I will be doing in my life. So because I had a time period of 30 to 40 days because of that incident in my hand, I had all the time in the world to try out habits that I was ignoring all this while. And meditation was the number one. So I had a fixed routine. So I used to wake up in the morning, meditate for half an hour, and then start my day. And when I used to end my day, I used to meditate for half an hour and then I used to end my day. So meditation as a part of both morning and night routine was something that I practiced during this period. And it actually gave me so many benefits that I continued doing it. And still now, I meditate half an hour in the morning and half an hour before going to bed. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about all of the benefits that I experienced with the help of meditating for the past 365 days. I'm also going to be giving you a roadmap that how you can inculcate meditation in your daily life and experience the benefits of it. The number one change that I experienced was improved mental focus and clarity. My thoughts became very clear. Whatever task I was picking on, I was doing it with 100% of my presence and I was able to concentrate more effectively. That reduced my time to doing that particular task and I could reduce the distractions between the tasks. My decision-making skills improved because I had more clarity and more focus on the task that I was doing and I was getting more and more clear of what I want versus what I don't want to do in my entire day. The second change that I experienced was building emotional resilience. I observed that I was not so reactive to the situations happening all around me, even if the things that were not going according to my way. I started feeling more balanced in the life situations. If something nice was happening, I was feeling and expressing my gratitude. But if something was not going according to my way, I was only waiting and expressing my gratitude and hoping for things to get better. It reduced my cortisol levels to a greater extent and it helped me not getting into a negative spiral. Moreover, meditating regularly also improved my happiness and the sense of contentment in every situation. Whereas compared to earlier, I would stress about things and situations if they were not going according to my way or the way I have planned. But because I was meditating regularly, I was observing myself not reacting so much in the situations. The third change that I experienced was better physical health in terms of how less time I required to fall asleep because I was meditating before going to sleep. My sleep quality increased, which resulted in lesser hours of sleep and more better and deeper sleep because I was involved in 3 things: taking care of myself, filming for extra content for my maternity leave, and also finishing up the last rounds of my thesis revisions, viva, defense, etc. So I was sleeping less hours, but I was sleeping deeply. That made me have good amount of energy during the day. The fourth change that I experienced was better sense of self-awareness. So if you would have noticed that when you are just sitting quietly or silently, there is a conversation that is going in your head all the time. Have you experienced the tone of that conversation? Is it positive or it is negative? Like you're constantly criticizing yourself that you could have done this, you could have done that, or you're not good at this, oh, you're not looking good, oh, this pimple is something which is troubling you. That was something which was constantly in my mind earlier, but because I had increased sense of self-awareness, I could improve the tonality of my inner conversation. And when I shifted that, the changes started to happen in my life. I truly believe that meditation is the gap or the bridge that will help you to get where you want from where you are right now. It also reduced my anxiety to a greater level. I'm someone who used to get very anxious. There was point in my life where I stopped drinking coffee because it used to make me super anxious. Cut to today, I drink 3 cups of coffee to maintain my energy. But that is not something to be very proud of. I am in the process of cutting that also. But it reduced my anxiety, it made me more calmer, and it made me more content. That is something that I'm truly, truly grateful for. If I could go back in time and tell myself that, Kritika, if you meditate daily, your anxiety would just go away and vanish, I would have just done it for that. And all of the benefits that I have received is something that is just a plus or an advantage. I could actually observe myself and my negative self talk, and I could distance myself from that and detach myself from that person. I am not that person who talks negatively to myself or to others. So I could experience and observe that pattern and break that pattern. So I had a better sense of control on myself as compared to earlier when I was not meditating. The next change that I want to talk about is better spiritual growth. Meditating actually strengthened my relationship with universe. I slowly and gradually started repeating my affirmations whenever I was in a restful state. The relationship not only improved with myself, it also improved with others, and we all were in harmony during that time. I became more present in all of the daily activities, and I still remember the day I was in labor. It was the shortest labor ever. It was the shortest labor anyone could have experienced, and I was just breathing, and that day passed. And in no time, my baby girl was in my hand. And like I mentioned, it also improved my relations with others because I was able to connect and empathize with other people more because I had my cup full. So I could offer it to other people. Whereas earlier, my cup was usually half filled, and whenever someone demanded or asked something, I could never give. So these were the benefits that I wanted to talk about. Now I also want to talk about the milestones. It was not like I decided that I will be meditating and I just meditate for the rest of the 365 days. For the first 30 days, it was tough. There was resistance at first place, but then I kept going. I promised myself that I would do it, and the rule of 5 minutes also helped me a lot. So when I didn't want it to meditate, I told myself I will do it for just 5 minutes. If I don't feel like doing it, I can just stop and do whatever activity that I want to do. So I used to start meditating for 5 minutes, and I never used to feel when those 5 minutes exceeded into my actual time of meditating. That's the activity which I absolutely enjoyed. And while I was actually meditating, the way I meditated was chanting. That actually helped me also build very closer relationship with God. After 30 days, it actually became a habit wherein I was sliding and doing meditation as a part of my daily routine. There was no resistance. Resistance was gone. And 6 months, that is the time when you start seeing the benefits. You start seeing a sense of nothingness, like peacefulness. I will not call it nothingness, but it's just a state of peacefulness inside you that you crave, and you wait for the time when you're going to be meditating next. And during a 12-month period, I was doing it specifically also, but I could see the spillover effect during the day, wherein I was more present in doing each and everything. Like, for example, I am filming right now. I feel present in the moment like 100%. And when you are in the moment 100%, and that is when you put your best foot forward. So I'm sure if you've come this far, you are convinced about meditating, and you've finally known my entire story of meditation and how it started and everything. So here is a small roadmap that I want to give you all. That is, first of all, start small. Don't just tell yourself that you will be meditating for the entire year or your entire life. Just tell yourself that you will be meditating for 21 days and see how it goes. Most of the people, it's different. For some, it's journaling. journaling, it's also a form of meditation, wherein you just write down stuff and you empty yourself. That's also a sort of meditation. So you start small and see what different techniques are something which can be useful to you. There are different ways of meditation, and try being consistent. Do not falter on days for at least 21 days. I'm not asking you to start 2 times a day, because I had a lot of time in my hand. I was doing that. I choose to do that instead of scrolling. You can try out different techniques. Like I mentioned, I tried chanting, and that actually worked very well for me. And that is something that I continue to practice. And you can also keep a habit tracker wherein you just put in a mark whenever you do that particular activity. And I also suggest that you meditate either in the morning or when you are about to go to bed, because that is when our subconscious mind is super active, and you can get the maximum benefits while meditating at these 2 times of the day. That was everything that I wanted to talk about. If you want to know more about building emotional resilience and intelligence, then I really recommend watching this particular video wherein you can manage your emotions well. So yeah, that was it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in another one. Till then, bye-bye.